Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on The Casey Malone Show.
Today, it's Italian specialties at family-owned Carmellas in Poland. I also prepare silky garlic pasta. It's so easy and creamy. But first, a different look at Youngstown in the movie The Yo. So I get this text, and it's the trailer to The Yo. And I see Danny Mazzico here doing all these tricks and stunts and, you know, his love for Youngstown and the Mahoning Valley. And I said, I've got to meet this guy. Upon further inspection, he is responsible for Stuck in Ohio, which I fell in love with this 20 years ago. Yeah. I've been carrying around this Saddled sticker. I love this. And it is so great to meet you.
It's great to meet you as well. I appreciate it.
So, you know, you've always been behind the scenes. You're more of a film guy. You do production and all that stuff. What made you decide to take the leap and put yourself out there in a film?
I felt it was time. I've been, you know, shooting for over 20 years, filming this action sports stuff, and I was just like, you know what, people don't, they never know the face to the brand and stuff that's Stuck in Ohio, so I was like, it was a big leap for me. I honestly was contemplating it for years and be like, do I really want to, you know, pull the curtain back and stuff?
You might be a movie star now.
No, but my main goal is really just inspire the next generation. I want people to know that, like, yeah, I'm from Youngstown. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. You gotta, and I just want to inspire like people to show what's really possible in the area. I started skating probably middle school, elementary or something, and just with friends and stuff, mainly in the driveways and stuff. I grew up out in the country, so yeah, we made little backyard ramps and stuff, and that's how I started. And then late 90s, Section 8 was in Hubbard, Section 8 skate park. That was like my second home, basically. I spent like most of my childhood there. There was a lot of other riders and BMXers.
Your partner is your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother Ken.
Yep. He's more the snowboarder. He always says like, I'm the one that rolls on the wheels, like motorcycle skating and stuff. He's more of a slider, like he slides down the mountain and wakeboarding and stuff. So no, he's just as involved as I am, but in different aspects. So
what are you trying to say in the movie? Like when you started it, you went back probably through your archive.
Yeah.
You have so much material. You know, how did you decide? You wanted to keep it all things that were shot locally in Youngstown, because you've really got some wild places.
I wanted to show an aspect of Youngstown maybe people haven't seen before, like a different angle. It's not, the film isn't about Youngstown or history, it's more, it's my perspective of it's basically my story through the lens of Youngstown.
We're meeting right now, we are at Lincoln Park. And this, at one point, let me think, I think it was a swimming pool.
Okay.
And then it was an outside, like, roller rink, so you could skate in the summer. But this Lincoln Park is unbelievable. When did this become more of a skate park?
They started building stuff here, just DIY, you know, a couple skaters did. I think over about a year, I think like last May, is when they first kind of initially started, you know, putting rails and some ramps and stuff in. And then just recently, I think within the last month or two, it got approved by the city, so they can, it's like all like legal now. Before it was just kind of people coming here in and out, but now it's like kind of official and stuff. The city's like okay with people like building stuff, and it's just gonna grow from here.
Now, for your day job, you do sports videos, you do commercial videos, so you're traveling all over the country.
Yeah.
So you're like our ambassador. You're the ambassador for Youngstown.
Yeah.
What kind of reaction do you get when people say where you're from?
Oh, man, I talk about in the film a little bit, but I get a lot of just weird looks and stares, eye rolls. Like, Youngstown, what's there to do in Youngstown? People know like the mob history and like the steel mills, and that's it. It's like, it's always like, I don't know if it's ever a positive thing, but I'm just like, you don't get it. If you ain't from here, you're not gonna understand, like, instill like an underdog mentality. Like, yeah, overlook me, I don't care. I'll just prove you wrong. And like, that's been my motivation half the time, to get to the level where I'm at, like creatively. I want to prove people that, like, yeah, you can make some cool stuff happen. These shots that you're seeing in the film, like, like there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into them. It's not just showing up. You got to work around the weather and nature and like hiking. And it's. But I love that. I love that. That's what really drives me.
You know what I think is really cool? That a lot of your friends from the area have all contributed to the movie, the music, the music production.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that we have that kind of talent right here.
I just wanted to, that's why I want to show people, like I wanted to keep it as authentic as Youngstown as possible. So I wanted to try to tap into friends and people, and musicians that I actually am a fan of and stuff, and try to shine some light on them. So that was another huge goal of mine.
Well, the older and wiser brother, Ken, is joining us. Now, you are a little bit different than your brother. There's two distinct personalities going on here.
There is. We try. He's definitely the creative one of the duo. I've assumed the business, a little bit more, we'll call it professional type of look.
What were your thoughts on putting this movie together, The Yo?
This was a long time coming. Definitely. We knew we had a mountain of footage. We never really even knew how deep the archive was.
What were you going to do with all this footage? I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
You would compile it.
Yeah, it had been collecting over years and years of projects.
Now, your day job
is
a little more traditional than Dan's.
Correct. In real life, I'm an accountant. I've got a firm in Vienna that I've been at for 20 years. I took it over about 5-6 years ago now. This film is another first for me. It's kind of the first time that I've merged both worlds publicly, I guess. Some people go walking in the park on a Sunday afternoon. I mean, we walk as well, but we take our boards with us or take our shovels and whatnot, and kind of do things our own way, seeing the city in its own, and putting our own spin on things.
Raised right here in the valley.
We're trying. Yes, YSU grads, stuck in Ohio, but loving it all the way.
I will say there's not just stunts in the film, like, you know, the action stuff, that's a big part of it, but I show some, like, not a lot of people know about, I have a fascination with crows, like wildlife. There's a couple quick shots in the film, but you're going to see a whole story. That's a whole nother aspect, actually, of the film that a lot of people don't even know about if you're from Youngstown. Like, I guess we used to be the murder capital back in the 90s, but like a flock of crows is considered a murder, so it's like kind of a weird coincidence.
That's right.
I was almost going to make a shirt like murder capital with a crow on it. Like,
that is a great idea.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
I don't know where I would be, honestly.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
This is Senior Solutions, brought to you by the Reese family, owners of Briarfield Healthcare Centers. This series will explain care programs available to your family. We are at the Inn at Ironwood in Canfield.
Are you able to bring your car with you to assisted living?
Absolutely. People bring their car and then they arrive here and they determine then that our driver is a better option. So our driver can take individuals to their physician appointments, can take them on errands, and then there are planned outings where the residents go to the dollar store, they go to Handles, they go to the Butler, they go to the Playhouse, they go more places than you and I probably go.
So then they say, cancel the car, cancel the insurance.
Absolutely.
I'm sticking with Briarfield.
For sure.
Briarfield knows you have lots of questions, we have the answers. With Senior Solutions, you'll have a clear understanding of Briarfield's care programs.
In golf, if your swing falls apart, you're on your own. But if your windows fall apart, you better have a company that backs them. That's why I put my trust in Window World. Beautiful replacement windows backed by the best warranty in the industry, parts, labor, and glass breakage.
A great warranty means peace of mind. Now that's what everybody should feel good about.
Call 1-800-WINDOW WORLD and set up a free in-home estimate. Go to windowworld.com today and learn more.
Giving is living. When you donate to GABA Camp, every dollar stays in our valley. Your donations help your family and friends with disabilities. GABA Camp is ADA accessible and provides fellowship and recreation. Everyone, regardless of their challenges, should enjoy nature and increase their quality of life. Help your neighbors and donate today. See why giving is living.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
It's patio season at Carmellas. Enjoy our family's traditional Italian favorites and creative daily specials. We're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. Carmellas on Western Reserve Road in Boardman.
You better come on.
Well, today I am going to make a really interesting, easy pasta dish. I am calling it Silky Garlic Pasta. My sister Denise sent me this recipe and said, you've got to try it. It is so good. And it didn't have a title, so I named it myself, Silky Garlic Pasta. And this is about a half a pound of pasta and 10 garlic cloves that are boiled 5 different times. So you'll take it in a pan, cover it with water, boil it, dump it, add fresh water, and you do that 5 times. And let me tell you, you add it to the olive oil, some pasta water, a little bit of salt, and it is so creamy and delicious. And it has that garlic taste, but not the bite, because it is so mellowed in the boiling process. It's really, really interesting. So we're going to prepare this lickety split, and we'll be right back with the ingredients. For this recipe, you'll need 10 cloves of garlic, peeled, if present, garlic germ removed, 8 ounces of spaghetti pasta, 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1/2 cup of pasta water, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 cup chopped fresh parsley. Well, Jelaine, I am so excited for you to try this dish. Your middle daughter sent it to me.
Okay.
And she said, you know, this is amazing. So I'm doing it, and I made it a couple times, and it really is good. Really good. And you love olive oil, so.
Oh, I do love it.
Now, I've boiled these 5 times, and I don't know, why not 4, why not 3, 5. And remember, if your garlic has, it's called the germ, the little green seedling in there, slice that out, because that does make it bitter, but these happen to not have that.
That's just like when you have an onion.
Right, you got to get rid of that. It's like growing another cell.
That's right.
So all I'm going to do is put the garlic in there. This is 1/2 cup, that's 1/2 cup olive oil, 1/2 cup pasta water. And I will put a couple pinches of salt.
You can always add.
That's right. And then all you do, watch this, and prepare to be amazed.
Oh.
Because the garlic's so well cooked, it immediately just pulverizes. It looks like soup, doesn't it?
It does.
There you go. So I will just set this down. And what I'm going to do is pour a little bit in the bottom, but look at that. It is so creamy and so rich. It's so delicious. And then I will take the pasta, what did I do with my tongs? Squeeze me. And start tossing it. So we'll put it in. Now this is probably a little more than 1/2 pound, so I might not use all this pasta. But I'm going to start to toss it. And it, honestly, it is so creamy and delicious, and I think that's good. So we'll make this amount. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we will finish adding this. Okay, so now that's the sauce. And you see now it's clinging to the pasta really nicely.
Oh, yeah.
And I do think the spaghetti noodle is the best vehicle for this. You know, not too thick, not too thin. and it really absorbs everything nicely.
This is how when you make clam sauce.
Right.
This kind of pasta is good.
Yeah, I agree. And I also like the shells, because the shells capture the little bits
in the side.
And then I am just going to add fresh parsley that I chopped. And let's see. Here we go.
So Nisi sent you this recipe, huh?
Yeah. So here you go. Nice little twist for you.
Thank you.
Here is your cutlery. I know we eat with a spoon because we're Irish Polish.
We always get a comment from Kenny.
I know. So then, and you know, if you want a little heat, you can sprinkle a little bit of like cayenne on it. I'll give you a little more parsley.
Thank you.
And cheese if you want. But I know my mother does not like cheese on her pasta. And I chose a really nice rosé. My other sister, Chrissy, gave me a couple bottles of this. It's the Prophecy Rosé, and it's delicious. My whole family is included in this meal today.
Oh.
So, here we go. Let's see. I'm dying to hear what you think.
This is great.
It's really different.
And in the summer, this is great because it's not heavy.
It doesn't have that heavy garlicky oil stuff like an olive oil, but it has enough garlic flavor and, you know, salt, pepper. You can mix it up. Now, I would add a little cayenne because I like the heat, but cheese, and it's just a really nice, simple side dish.
It is. It's very
Or it could be
light.
a main dish. It's super light, and you saw how easy it is. So, didn't have a name. I gave it a name. Silky garlic pasta. Alrighty. So,
It's delicious.
thank you, Christine. And go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, and that recipe will be there. And let me know how you like it. Cheers.
Nastrovia.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Welcome to Carmela Jewelers, a third-generation, family-owned business run by my brother, Rob, and I. We share a passion for beautiful jewelry and strive to help everyone find the perfect piece. From life celebrations to everyday moments, we've been honored to be a part of your story. Our collection ranges from unique natural diamonds to affordable styles, offering something for everyone. Come visit us anytime at Carmela Jewelers, where every piece tells a story.
Get real, get Camara.
Hi, I'm John Stanko. And I'm Robbie Fellman from Boardman Subaru, where it's time for the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Now through August 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from the brand you trust. Explore the full lineup of gas, hybrid, electric, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love. Only at Boardman Subaru, just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid.
Whether it's assistance with daily activities, mobility, personal care, or companionship, our goal at First Light Home Care is to help veterans continue living safely and comfortably at home.
We are proud that veterans organizations trust First Light to arrange these needed services.
To all who have served, thank you. It is our privilege to care for the heroes in our community and the families who stand beside them.
Giving is living. When you donate to GABA Camp, every dollar stays in our valley. Everyone, regardless of their challenges, should enjoy nature and increase their quality of life. Help your neighbors and donate today. See why giving is living.
Well, you know how I love my family-owned businesses, and Carmellas has been around. It's almost 14 years.
It'll be 14.
And Laura Allsweet is one of the owners, and Laura is one of the most entertaining hostesses you will find. So if you've not been to Carmellas, make sure you stop and visit with Laura. 14 years is a lot.
It is, and it's been with all of my family.
Your family, your husband.
My husband.
I mean, and that gets a little sketchy. I mean, you've got your father involved, your mom, and
my sister.
All of the, the meetings of the minds. I'm sure you aren't always on the same page.
No, I don't even know if we've ever been on the same page.
But you're still in business.
Yeah. Like I said, 14 years, and I'm not divorced or disowned yet. So that's
saying something.
Saying something.
Now, you and Rory, your husband, have extensive restaurant.
Oh yeah,
experience.
We actually met. Oh, we were 21 or just turned 21 at the time, and I was actually a waitress at the original Blue Wolf.
Okay.
When it was in Struthers.
Yes.
And they hired this line cook, and I was like, oh, he's cute.
And that was
it.
So now Rory's the executive chef.
Yes.
And what made you transition from working at a restaurant to owning one?
It was
because that's quite a leap. And you know how the restaurant business is just.
It's insane. It is something that unless you're in it,
you have
don't
got
know.
to be a special person and understand the industry when you get into it.
You really do, and you got to know that this industry will end up, especially when you're running it, managing it, becomes your life. Like, I'm always calling in. The staff gets mad at me on my day off. I'm calling in, is everything okay? They're like, yeah.
Well, it's
don't
your
call.
baby. You have children, so this is your
my
child.
baby. It's become my baby. I mean, it started out with my parents. My dad one day looked at the family and goes, hey, I'm retiring and I'm going to open a restaurant. And we all kind of went, what? Why? My aunt came in. She decorated the place from California. My grandmother was Carmela. She was.
So that is the Carmela.
It is the Carmela.
Cafe. Your mom's mother.
My mom's mother, the Italian side of the family. And so we grew up kind of learning how to cook and her recipes. And, I was very fortunate that when my dad did decide to open this, she was still around and she was still able. So, and my grandmother, honestly, when I told her, oh, Grandma, I met this nice cook and he really knows how to cook. She goes, he's Irish, are you sure?
I know, really, that's one thing they're not known for, their culinary skills.
I will tell you.
Well, I am one of them, but I do cook.
Oh, yeah.
How much did your grandma influence the menu when you first opened?
Oh, so much. In fact, I was just telling a table here this afternoon, they're like, oh, I haven't seen cagouts on a menu. And cagouts is just Italian slang for zucchini.
Zucchini, and that's the real skinny one?
Yeah, where you've sauteed it up with a little tomato. Oh, it's so good, and cheese, salt, and pepper. So when we were first opening up, I'm like, Grandma, I called her up. I go, Grandma, how do you spell cagouts? You don't spell it, you eat it. And I went, well, Grandma.
Put it on the menu.
I need to put it. She goes, well, I think it's Q-U. And I go, oh, Grandma, I'll just look it up. We'll spell it phonetically.
After everything's set in, what did you really learn about the business?
If it wasn't for the staff, I mean, Kathy's been with us for 13 years. I have a hostess, Susie, who's been with us since we opened. Frank, our prep cook, he's been friends with my family since he was 12.
I mean, that is so important
it's
to have
really
that
important.
loyalty. And you treat them right, and then they treat you
Oh,
right.
it is a two-way street. If I'm good to them, they're good to me. Yesterday, in fact, I had something come up. They all jumped on it. They all rallied to help. And that you can't please everyone, that's the second lesson.
What do you think is Rory's signature dish that has been on the menu since day one and is still so popular?
Oh, that's actually probably an easy one. Out of the dishes Rory makes, I think our grilled salmon. It has been on the menu since we first opened. It is sauteed yellow squash and zucchini with grilled salmon and a limoncello and sauce. It's so good. I'm a fan of anything he makes. In fact, the first thing he ever cooked for me was the chicken marsala, and that was 23 years ago on our third date. I went, yeah, I'll marry him.
What do you think sets Carmellas apart from other locally owned restaurants in our region?
Well, I honestly think all the locally owned should be supported, no matter what. I think everyone has a little bit of a preference on Italian more so. I think it connected to a lot of other people. I mean, it's a very traditional Newcastle Italian sauce. And a lot of people, when they try, oh, this is just like how my mom used to make it. I go, well, you know, same with the wedding soup. We still roll the meatballs by hand every morning, you know, boil the chickens down.
That makes the biggest
everything.
difference. You know, you have a very loyal following.
Oh, I do. This is, in fact, I have a gentleman, his name's Lou. He's 100.
Let me hear about Lou.
He is 100 years old. He is turning 101 next month, actually. And he comes here every Thursday and Friday by 5:30 on the dot. I know exactly what he's ordering. We have it ready. And he's been that way since we opened. It used to be him and his wife, and then it became him. And now it's him and his daughter when she's in town. And this is a spot to come. And I have people who've moved away who say, we come here just for the wedding soup because it's like how my grandmother made it. And I go, yep, because it's like how my grandmother made it. You know, you want comfort food. You want to be comfortable when you're coming out. You don't want to have to sit there and feel, you know, rushed or uncomfortable. Come here. We'll feed you. You will become family.
For more information regarding any content from our show, please visit our website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Your comments and ideas are appreciated. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.